Good evening, everybody, from the Edward L. Bennett Rink in West Haven. Tonight, the first round of the Division II state tournament. East Haven Co-op hitting the road to take on the Blue Devils of the West Haven Co-op. Mike Amento, Rob Becker, Nick Giglietti, Nick Vacatura, Nick Maniscalco, John Becker Jr. with you tonight. This place is packed and it is electric. A little late, but electric.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a great game no matter what. Standing room only, and this is a rivalry that goes way back. It's going to be such an amazing game.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough game too, because West Haven is second in Division II, and they did give East Haven, a pretty tough game in the regular season. So, we'll see what happens.
West Haven finished with a 13-7 record. They were in the SCC tournament last Wednesday night. They lost to Cheshire 5-2. East Haven played Hamden 8 days ago and beat them 6-2, and we are underway here in West Haven, the first round of the Division II state tournament. Javed Ula leaves it for Brody Donuzzo. Mike Madera at the boards, has it stolen by John Dalbero. Dalbero puts the puck deep. Taken now by Axelrod. Axelrod up the blue line. Knocked down by DeFilio, who kept it in. Kept in now by Carter McGlinchey. Now Lorenzo DeFilio. DeFilio backhands to Preston Cantelli, and his shot was blocked. And now it's Mike Madera. Outlets to Porto. Nice play, though, by Preston Cantelli to get to it. Cantelli behind his own net. Finds John Dalbero, who can't tip it out of the zone. And so now John has it on his stick again. Dalbero in the West Haven zone, throws one towards the net. Taken there by 28, Jason Alling. Stolen by Savo. Throws it towards the net, goes wide. Savo with a hard hit on the far side. And now Alling again for West Haven, goes across ice. Dumped in there by Bruno. Now taken by Ballo. Ballo knocked off the play. And now Landon Cantelli. Cantelli collides with Perillo. Now across for Ballo. Ballo dumps it in. And Perillo's got it back at center ice. Now Michael Ballo. Ballo throws it wide of the net. Comes back out in front. And West Haven able to play it. That's 18, Jaden Sprott. That's 19, Yusuf Ula. Yusuf and Javed brothers. Javed the goaltender for West Haven. Perillo and Savo collide. Savo comes away with the puck. Savo goes to the net. Lost control of the puck. And out with it now is Brody Price. Shot on goal. Fritz gloves it. It holds. 12:54 to go. No score. First period.
It's a good kind of feel out because, like we were talking on the way up here, is the hour delay going to affect you? Is it going to negatively affect you? Both teams seem to be skating well, and that's the thing. Who cares what happened before this? You have to look ahead, and that's what they both are doing right now.
Face off to the left of Fritz. West Haven won the draw. It's back behind the net. Porto back to the blue line for Donuzzo. Donuzzo puts it back behind the net. Preston Cantelli turned it over. Now back to the blue line. Axelrod thrown toward the net, blocked by Enzo Plano. Here comes Plano, dumps it in the West Haven zone, and takes a hit in the process. Now Axelrod. Axelrod up the blue line, kept in nicely by Carter McGlinchey. Axelrod flips it off the roof, 12:18 to go. No score, first period.
A really good start for East Haven. I think they've tested West Haven a lot. Fritz only has one save. The pressure of East Haven really affects the defense of the West Haven players.
Yeah, I completely agree. Fritz has one save. East Haven hasn't really played too aggressively yet. They haven't got a shot on goal, but they have an offensive faceoff right now.
West Haven wins the faceoff. That's Yusuf Ula, tall defenseman. Benji Brown has Porto get by him. Nice job by Dalbero to get back. Testa helps out behind the net. They try to come back out in front. Spryer tries to keep it in, but he can't. West Haven turns it back, though, quickly to center ice. Spryer, it was knocked away by Brown. Porto on net, and Fritz has it underneath him. And he holds for the whistle. 11:48 to go. No score, first period.
That might have been kind of a break for East Haven. Fritz had no idea where it was. It seems like Nick said, West Haven only had 1, now 2 shots, but it seems like East Haven isn't their normal self right now. I think it's still kind of setting in, but again, we're only 4 minutes into the game.
Face off to the left of Michael Fritz. Landon Cantelli wound up winning it back to Preston. Now Landon into the West Haven zone, stays with the play. Savo rides his man into the boards. Savo stays with it. It's on the stick of Ula. McGlinchey steps down. Shot save made by Javed Ula. Preston Cantelli pinched, but the puck came out of the zone and Perillo played it forward. Savo trying to work his way in. Couldn't control it. So now Preston Cantelli played it up. Savo trying to work his way in the West Haven zone again. And Landon Cantelli was just a step off sides. 11:07 to go, no score first period. And you just get the sense early the teams are a little tight.
Yeah, I mean, I think each team knows this is do or die, right? We talked about, just because the record shows everyone has the same record right now at 0-0, and I think each team doesn't want to make that first mistake.
Yeah, these are two very competent teams. They both want to win. They had a great season.
Bunnell took a shot that was blocked. Dimitriadis couldn't get one away. Now Plano collides with Joshua Rodrigue. And now West Haven with their third line on the ice. First time we're seeing that line tonight. Carter McGlinchey plays it up. Nice pass to Enzo Plano. Enzo Plano throws it on net. Javed Ula sticks it aside. Now Billy Dimitriadis. The winner of this game, by the way, will play Guilford in the quarterfinals on Friday. Guilford, a 3-0 winner earlier today over Wethersfield. Puck tipped out of play, 10:24 to go, no score. First period, and still, as I just said to the two Knicks on my right, both teams seem to be a little tight here early.
Yeah, it's almost like we always talk about a feel out, but as you get into 5 minutes, that's where you really want to kind of start creating pressure. Nobody really created pressure, nobody's setting anything up yet, but like you said, it's kind of just a feel out right now.
Hasn't really been an overly physical game early on either. Now John Dalbero tries to tip the puck up to Griffin McGlinchey. They turn it over. That's Madera trying to get it to Porto. Stolen now by DeFilio. Here's DeFilio. DeFilio moves in. McGlinchey shoots one wide. Good chance for Griffin McGlinchey. And the puck went wide. Porto out to center, knocked down by Carter McGlinchey. Now taken by Youssef Ula, trying to work it in the East Haven zone. Stolen by Dalbero. Here's John Dalbero. Trying to carry all the way in. Couldn't get by the West Haven defender. Goes over Cantelli and Robert Testa down for East Haven. Gets it up to Preston Cantelli, who gets it out of the zone. Preston Cantelli moving in. Had it knocked away by Ula. Youssef Ula all over the ice early for West Haven. Perillo steals, puts it deep. We got a penalty coming up on East Haven here when they touch. And they are going to touch. So with 9 minutes to go in the first period of a scoreless game, East Haven's going to be shorthanded for the first time tonight.
Yeah, luckily East Haven's penalty kill has been great all season. We'll see how they do in the first penalty of the playoffs.
Yeah, their penalty kill has been amazing, but it makes me uncomfortable taking chances like this so early into the playoff game.
I didn't see who went in the box. Perillo, okay. We'll get the announcement. They're usually pretty good here with, cross-check, okay. So Nicholas Perillo, 2 minutes for cross-checking. There's a shot that gets deflected just wide of Fritz. Madera back to the blue line. It kind of looked like the puck came out, but the official said it didn't. John Dalbero tips it out, but he couldn't get the shorthanded chance. We saw John do that against Hampden in the senior night win last week. Madera works his way back in, centers for Donuzzo. And now the puck is on the stick of Jaden Spryer. Now Porto, Spryer, back to Porto. Porto shot, Fritz may have gotten a piece, and Carter McGlinchey fires all the way down. So West Haven with some good attack zone time early here, but East Haven able to keep them off the board. Here's Donuzzo, Donuzzo all the way into the East Haven zone, gives it off to Spryer, who couldn't get a shot away, and East Haven clears it back into the West Haven zone. Back for it now is Axelrod. Axelrod across to Donuzzo. Knocked down by Landon Cantelli, just enough. And Landon flips it up to DeFilio. Enough to bother West Haven. Here's Axel, oh, big hit by Landon Cantelli on Axelrod. Madera goes to the net, and that's gonna be a penalty on Landon Cantelli. So it's 7:34 to go in the period. West Haven, actually no it's not. Is it Landon Cantelli? It's a hooking call on Lorenzo DeFilio. So for 35 seconds, it's gonna be a 5-on-3.
This team under pressure the entire year has always came out on top. So that's kind of what you're hoping for now. Just kill off the 35, and you did a pretty well job 5-on-4.
So big spot here early in the game for West Haven. DeFilio goes for hooking. Preston Cantelli tried to clear it out, couldn't do it. Cross ice pass goes wide, comes up to the blue line, held in. Taken now by Preston Cantelli, he couldn't get it out. Thrown deep, Preston's got it back, goes off the boards and clears it out to center. East Haven 5 seconds from getting one back, and Preston Cantelli does a great job of clearing the puck all the way down this end. We're back to 5-on-4. Oh, there's a steal, shorthanded down barrel. He scores! John down barrel with a shorthanded goal, and with 6:50 to go, East Haven leads it 1-0.
Yeah, we always mention John Dalbero on the penalty kill. It seems like whenever he has the chance to shoot, he will. He went 5-hole on the goaltender, and it's a 1-0 lead for the Yellow Jackets.
I'm really amazed at the power of John Dalbero, considering that, the amount of shorthanded goals he got in this season is staggering. I mean, it has to be like he has to be the leading goal scorer when it comes to shorthanded scorers in Division II as a whole.
We talked about it the last game, how good he is shorthanded, and he proved it again there. John Dalbero, the shorthanded goal. Here he comes again. Dalbero in, the shot was blocked. John's got it back, tries to put it in front, and he couldn't do so. So now Porto for West Haven. Porto, cross ice to Madera. Mike Madera in the East Haven zone. Shot blocker to side by Michael Fritz. So John Dalbero with the shorthanded goal gives East Haven the 1-0 lead. Madera has it far side. Back to Spryer. Now Donuzzo goes across ice for Madera for the one-timer, and Madera couldn't tee it up. Centering pass for Donuzzo went over his stick, and Griffin McGlinchey able to clear it all the way down. Hula leaves it for Jaden Spryer. West Haven dumps it in. Testa tries to get it by Madera. Testa ties him up. Good job by Robert Testa. Now Landon Cantelli. And East Haven just killing time. Preston Cantelli carries in the West Haven zone. Preston's shot deflected, up and out of play. 5:37 to go, first period. 3 seconds on the power play. It's 1-0 East Haven.
And I'll give props to Nick Vacatera. He said something the other night where he said Dalbero may have more goals than in the state for shorthanded. You're right, but like I said, something under pressure, they always work well together.
And going back to that goal, I mean, talk about that leadership. Senior captain getting the game started.
So West Haven carries into the corner. Power plays over. Not only does East Haven kill off the 5-on-3, they score the shorthanded goal. And not exactly how you would draw it up, but pretty good start. Here comes Landon Cantelli. Cantelli into the West Haven zone. Cantelli, nice job. Really nice job by Brody Price to lift the stick of Landon Cantelli. Price has it back for West Haven. Price drops it back, shot saved by Fritz, and he holds it. 4:57 to go, first period. 1-0 East Haven, and Fritz again early has been good.
Oh yeah, he's always been good. You know, he's one of the most consistent goaltenders in Division II. And I also want to mention West Haven's goaltender is very, very good. You know, we saw him last game in the, not last game, but in the regulation season. He was saving a majority of the shots coming his way.
That was a 3-2 East Haven win. There's a shot knocked down by Fritz. He pushes it aside. And now the puck goes towards the net. It was deflected, and Fritz covers and holds on. 4:39 left. East Haven with a 1-0 lead, and if you're West Haven, you've got to be kicking yourself for not being able to take advantage of that 5-on-3.
Yeah, that's the thing. Sometimes they really didn't get it. Like I said, a lot of pressure or anything. They couldn't really set anything up. But look at Preston. Preston does it every time. He's one of the best penalty killers on the team.
Thrown toward the net. Fritz fights that one off. He's been handcuffed a few times here. 4:29 to go in the period. 1-0 East Haven, and I'm wondering if Fritz is having a hard time, maybe seeing with screens in front.
Yeah, absolutely. I think West Haven does a nice job of getting in front of the players, but I think East Haven does a nice job of boxing them out and Fritz allowing them to see the shot at least.
So late first period here. Again, the winner is going to play Guilford on Friday. Puck goes out of play with 4:25 to go. 1-0 East Haven. Guilford beat Weathersfield earlier today, 3-0. I mean, certainly you don't want to jump ahead of yourself, but as a broadcaster, it's always good to know what the future holds.
Yeah, so if East Haven wins, we play Guilford. That's going to be the second playoff game for East Haven. If we win,
got a long way to go, but at least we know who awaits in that part of the bracket. Here comes DeFilio. Lorenzo DeFilio for Dalbero. Dalbero trying to go back in front for McGlinchey, and it was broken up. Now Testa shot wide. Robert Testa with a good chance. Testa out there now with Preston Cantelli. Here comes Madera. Nice play by Preston Cantelli to get back. What a play to throw Madera off just enough. And Fritz was able to stick his pad out to keep the puck from going in. Knocked down by Dalbero. Here's John Dalbero. Now DeFilio. DeFilio. Shot blocked, and Ryan Bonnell couldn't poke the rebound in. Boy, the line's all sorts of mixed up right now. DeFilio with a shot. Javed Ula made the stop. Now Josh Salvati out there. So Coach Payne mixing and matching here as this first period goes along. Now back to the blue line, held in, shot sticked aside by Fritz. Both of these goaltenders have had to make some big stops here these last few minutes. Benji Brown out of the zone. Turned back by Spryer. Fritz sticks it aside. Now Brown up for Bonnell. Bonnell now to Brown. Benji Brown. Shot save, Ula, he let the rebound go, and they overskated, and East Haven was going for a change defensively. I think what happened with the line changes before is they had started making a change, and Bonnell was already out. Landon Cantelli, good shot, and Javed Ula with a good save. Now Cantelli trying to go for Savo, and it gets tipped out of the zone. Preston Cantelli. Now Savo. Savo goes to the net. Savo now goes behind the net. Now Carter McGlinchey, shot blocked. It didn't get through. Now Spryer tips it out of the zone. Madera's there, but he overskated. Now Porto follows up. Cross ice from Madera, and Fritz came out, smothered it. 1:56 to go in the period. 1-0 East Haven, and a lot of end-to-end action here the last few minutes.
And I know it's kind of a cheesy line, but they always say, and we've seen it with the East Haven all year, defense wins games. Our defense, like Testa kind of got a little tripped up. Preston's always there, McGlinchey's always there. And then you just saw it with Fritz. Fritz is a brick wall all the time.
Outlet to Nicholas Perillo. Perillo couldn't hold on to it. Now Madera. Madera cross ice for Spryer, and the shot goes wide. Held in by Axelrod. He took a hit. Now Spryer pushes it back behind the net where Madera is. Madera back to the blue line, knocked down there. And now it's Preston Cantelli. Cantelli tugged at a little bit at center ice, no call. I'm going to wonder about officiating in the tournament, but we'll see how things go. 1:15 to go, 1-0 East Haven, icing whistled. So far, East Haven's killed the 2 penalties, and we've talked about it, we said it earlier. Their penalty kill might be the best in Division II.
Yeah, absolutely. And you kind of mentioned, East Haven's always the first to a puck battle. And if they do that, they're taking a shot on goal. And those shots on goal can hurt a team anyway.
Fritz got a piece, pushed it to the corner. Now back to the blue line, shot by Donuzzo. And Fritz may have gotten a piece of that. And East Haven able to clear it out of the zone here. And Axelrod dumps it back in. West Haven has pretty much skated just 2 lines here in this whole period. That's going to wear them down as the game goes along. Fritz gloves that one with 44 seconds to go and a 1-0 East Haven lead.
So, I think East Haven, they might have been a little sloppy with the 2 penalties in the beginning, but they definitely compensated it for it with the shorthanded goal and the great defensive work, by the defenders and also Fritz himself, just being a goaltender. He's been making some great saves out there.
Fritz has been one of the best all season and has had a great first period. Landon Cantelli, shot saved by Javed Ula, who has also been one of the best. 35.5 seconds to go, 1-0. Pretty even period.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, the speed-wise, I think West Haven and East Haven are so matched. I think both teams are physical. It makes the rivalry so much better.
Off the face-off, there's 19, Youssef Ula trying to go up the boards. Ula turns back, Savo's on him. Preston Cantelli went down, so here's Porto back to Madera. Across down to Spryer, shot saved by Fritz. Puck comes loose, and they were able to clear it out from in front. What a great defensive play. Now Savo to the net. Savo, to Preston Cantelli, and he missed on the far side. Spryer with a shot, and it was blocked. And that'll do it for the first period. Wow. A frantic finish, but East Haven ends it with a 1-goal lead.
Yeah, and after that shorthanded goal, it kind of seemed like West Haven kind of carried play. It was a great pass by Savo to Preston Cantelli, and the West Haven goaltender, his size, he came all the way across the crease and made the save. And at the other end, Landon Cantelli had a great defensive play. 1-0 East Haven, end of 1.
Yeah, he really summed it up well there. It was a great first period. Like you guys were saying earlier, the teams are pretty perfectly matched. It's based pretty even throughout the entire period. Obviously East Haven has the goal, so they are up. But, you have to kind of look at things holistically in a way, in the sense that, it might be 1-0 on paper, but both teams have played, very evenly.
Shots on goal were 16-8 in favor of West Haven in the first period. After 1, East Haven 1, West Haven 0. We'll come back for the second period in a moment. Welcome back to the Edward L. Bennett Rink in West Haven. We start the second period. East Haven with a 1-0 lead on John D'Albero's shorthanded goal. This place is absolutely packed.
Yeah, absolutely. You have East Haven fans standing all over the place, West Haven fans standing all over the place. It's such a great atmosphere.
Oh, yeah, for sure. We couldn't even find parking. And hopefully, East Haven finds their offensive groove this period.
Yeah, they were outshot 16-8 in that first period, but they won the period on the scoreboard, and that's the important part. Preston Cantelli up to John D'Albero. Now it's on the stick of McGlinchey, back to John. The winner of this game gets Guilford on Friday in the quarterfinals. Guilford beat Weathersfield 3-0 earlier today. Jaden Spryer back to Donuzzo. Nice pass. Donuzzo across from Madera, and he couldn't tee it up. There have been a few chances from Madera in this game. And the puck just bounced off his stick every time. Carter McGlinchey to Dalbero, and Javed Ula pushes it into the corner. You know, this game started about an hour late. There were some issues with the Zamboni earlier, and there was another game before ours. So it's hard to tell if that impacted East Haven at all in that first period. You don't want to make any excuses. But the important thing is that they have the lead. That puck went on net. Ula had to play it. And so Landon Cantelli was right there. Now Savo tries to go to the net. It was stolen. And here comes West Haven. Into the East Haven zone. There's a shot saved by Fritz. And he holds on. Burrows with the shot there with 13:22 to go. And a 1-0 East Haven lead. Marcus Burrows with the first good chance for West Haven.
Yeah, and I like Fritz. Fritz has kind of been like this all day. He's kind of slowing down the game because you could see West Haven crashing on them. The good thing is Fritz hasn't let up many, if any, rebounds so far, so he's looking pretty solid.
And if he does, that puck goes directly into the corner. Salvati with a big hit on the far side. Burrows tied up by Ballo, so now Enzo Plano. Enzo Plano has it stolen. Plano gets it back. Plano, good move. Enzo Plano past Burrow and out of the zone. Up to Ryan Bonnell. Now West Haven controls in their own end, and that's an icing. 12:55 to go, second period. 1-0 East Haven on the shorthanded goal by Dalbero.
Yeah, so far a really fast period for West Haven. They had a really early chance on Fritz, but Carter McGlinchey had a great defensive play. If you're East Haven, tighten up a little more defensively and, just test the goalie more, really.
Yeah, I want to put an emphasis on the test the goalie part just because they were outshot 16-8, which is not really typical for East Haven. Usually they're very offensive, a heavy team, and this game they seem to be lacking a little bit.
Well, that's a good point. They don't get outshot a lot. So that's a good point there. They were outshot by a 2-1 margin in that opening period. Preston Cantelli for East Haven. Into the West Haven zone, Cantelli drops it back for Dalbero. DeFilio threw it toward the net, knocked down. That was looking for Spryer, but it's icing. And with 12:24 left, two consecutive icing calls on West Haven. East Haven with a 1-0 lead, and they'll take the offensive zone faceoffs.
Well, that's kind of been the historical thing, at least this season. Every team against East Haven iced the puck. You mentioned in the first period, West Haven seems to be run two lines, so they're going to tire out, where East Haven has three, sometimes even four lines.
You and I were here last Wednesday when West Haven played Cheshire. They jumped out to a 2-0 lead before Cheshire scored 5 unanswered. Plano getting his first shift, keeps it in. Sal Plano on defense wearing number 21. Sal throws it towards the net and Javed Ula sticks it aside. 12:06 to go, second period. 1-0 East Haven, and Coach Payne pretty much getting everybody on his bench into the game.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, we always mention that depth. It's such a key piece to the East Haven's winning ways.
That's something I was really curious about. I was curious about if Coach Payne's strategy for winning this game was going to be different, since it is a playoff game and not a regulation game.
The puck held by Fritz with 11:52 to go in the second period. 1-0 East Haven. Face off to the right of Michael Fritz. And now it's one back to Carter McGlinchey. Enzo Plano with a clean face-off win. Preston Cantelli knocked off the puck here. Preston gets it back. Boy, he is so solid. What a skater. Here comes Preston Cantelli in the West Haven zone. Cantelli pushes it forward looking for Salvati. And now it's cleared out of the zone. Preston has it back at center ice. Preston Cantelli tripped up, and here comes an East Haven power play, a tripping call with 11:24 to go, and a 1-0 East Haven lead, and they'll have the man advantage for the first time.
This is the opportunity. You got to take advantage of it, because I know, like everybody says, 2-0 lead's not the safest. It gives you one step closer, just kind of put a little cushion there for them.
Yeah, I agree with Nick. I think you got to test the goalie as well. Maybe shoot for a rebound and, hope for the best.
I think this is exactly what East Haven needed to get the cogs moving.
This will certainly help get the offense going if they can get the puck. Marcus Burrows for West Haven laid it out to center ice, and now here comes John Dalbero. Dalbero for East Haven. Dalbero behind the net. Has it set up now to Preston Cantelli. Cantelli trying to feed it down low. Cross ice now for Carter McGlinchey. McGlinchey throws it to the net, but he keeps it in. Preston Cantelli gets one through, and Javed Ula fights it off to Filio. The rebound, and he scored. It's a power play goal for Lorenzo DeFilio. And with 10:45 to go, East Haven leads it 2-0.
What a great play by the East Haven power play. Like we say, crash to the net, you never know what happens. Lorenzo DeFilio just did that, and it was a beautiful finish.
That was a very important goal, Mike. I know we can all agree upon that. We were talking about it, in between periods. The next goal was going to be very important, especially if it went in East Haven's favor. That's exactly what East Haven needed.
I don't think that took 30 seconds on the power play. But Dalbero with a shorthanded goal, DeFilio with a power play goal. And East Haven with a goal in each period so far. Dalbero turns it over. Porto with a shot and a glove save by Fritz, and John knew that he made a mistake there. 10:29 to go, second period, 2-0 East Haven. And there are just so many different ways this team can beat you.
Yeah, and I said that, I believe, in the Hampton game, where it's not, they don't score all from the same area. They can really diversify where they're scoring from. And like I said, defense is good, but the offense is good. It's like a recipe for success.
Barillo with a long pass to Landon Cantelli, broken up. Here's Porto back to Spryer, shot saved by Fritz. That was Madera with the shot, I apologize. Thrown on net again, Fritz pushes it into the corner. Now Madera behind the net. Madera being followed by Ballo. Broken up nicely by Cameron LaCroix. Jaden Spryer on top of Cameron LaCroix, and the official just decides to break it up. Nope, no penalty called. Oh, LaCroix goes after Porto. Here comes Madera. Madera trying to go across ice. It was broken up by Testa. Now Benji Brown up to the blue line. Held in by Youssef Ula. Knocked down by Testa and Savo. Here comes Savo. Clears it out. Savo to the West Haven zone, and a shot glove by Ula. And he holds it with 9:16 to go, 2-0 East Haven.
But here's the problem. When you see something like that where you're breaking up basically a fight, and then you see there's going to be retaliation. So if somebody gets hurt, that's the consequence of not calling any penalties.
I mean, it's happening right in front of you. It's on you to make a call.
Yeah, absolutely. He was literally holding the West Haven player against Cam LaCroix.
I don't know. I think that was a big mistake from the ref.
Here's Enzo Plano. Plano to the West Haven zone, trying to center for Bunnell. It was broken up. Carter McGlinchey keeps it in. West Haven flips the puck out to center ice. Knocked down Cantelli. Now Plano up to Billy Dimitriadis. Now nice pass to Ryan Bunnell. Bunnell in. Bunnell shot. Saved by Javed Ula, and he holds. 8:41 to go. 2-0 East Haven. I think East Haven's gotten better as this period's gone along.
Yeah, definitely. I think that power play goal really helped their confidence, and you can see them, passing the puck more, right, tape to tape, shots on the West Haven goaltender. It's been a great second period so far for the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, it's definitely not a 16-8 shots on goal difference.
Not like it was in the first period, that's for sure. Carter McGlinchey keeps it in. McGlinchey had it blocked by Madera, and it goes out of play with 8:28 to go here in period 2. East Haven 2, West Haven nothing. We've had pretty much no upsets so far. Cheshire a winner, Amity a winner, Woodstock Academy a winner. What else has gone final?
That's what I'm kind of waiting for.
We got a couple of other ones going on right now. Watertown with a lead. Puck comes out in front. Dalbero trying to tee it up, and it went wide. Griffin McGlinchey, he scores! Griffin McGlinchey with a blistering shot past Javedula. And with 8:15 to go, East Haven leads it 3-0.
Yeah, it was an unbelievable pressure by that first line. DeFilio had a wraparound opportunity. Dalbero tried to tee one up, as you mentioned, and then Griffin McGlinchey's been shooting all day, and he finally rewarded a 3-0 lead for the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, that was some great work. It's definitely a shift from the first period, from when they couldn't really get anything together offensively. I mean, I'm really happy to see this period 2 going well for East Haven.
East Haven with 1 in the first, now 2 here in the second.
Assisted by number 16, Lorenzo DeFilio. And by number 28.
North Branford is going to knock out the defending champions. Now we got a penalty coming up here on West Haven as Nicholas Perillo got hit in open ice. That might be an interference call. So frustration getting to West Haven a bit here. And with 7:48 to go and a 3-0 lead, East Haven's got a chance to really make it difficult now.
Well, guess what? They gave you kind of on a silver platter. You did exactly what you needed to do in the first power play. You need a carbon copy of this and then kind of put it out of reach. We still have half the game to go, but it'll be a tall hill for West Haven.
Penalty on number 66, Justin Bruno, a 2-minute liner for elbowing.
Justin Bruno for elbowing.
That's Bruno for elbowing.
So East Haven on the power play in front. Dalbero with a shot. And Ula covers up. 7:36 to go. 1:49 on the penalty. 3-0 East Haven, and they have a chance to really start to put this out of reach.
Yeah, and I was going to say, this game's going to get very physical. West Haven's definitely in their own heads right now. If you're East Haven, be careful.
Yeah, I completely agree. 3-0 is a big lead, but it could be even bigger now because of the power play.
Certainly want it to be 4-0 if it can be. Now Dalbero hounded by Axelrod. Dalbero behind the net. Back to Carter McGlinchey. Carter McGlinchey with some room. McGlinchey steps down. McGlinchey for a wide open Preston Cantelli, who was pinching down. And Cantelli put it back behind. Donuzzo tied up in the corner. Dalbero comes for help. In front of Filio, he scores. It's a power play goal again. And with 6:54 to go, East Haven has a 4-0 lead. And we said it before, it doesn't matter where you put this team, they've got so many ways to beat you.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you take a penalty against this team, the odds of them scoring on the power play is so high. It was a great pass I believe it was by Dalbero to Lorenzo DeFilio. Pretty much an open net for DeFilio. He'll make those 10 times out of 10.
That's a very good point. The versatility of this team is unmatched. Put them in any situation and they will prosper.
So a timeout taken by West Haven with 6:54 to go. It's a 4-0 East Haven lead. West Haven calls their only timeout, and they are definitely sensing that their season is on the bubble here.
Yeah, that's the interesting thing. You usually don't see anything. You're, like I said, halfway through the game. They're trying to just kind of figure out how to stop East Haven, and it's almost impossible, it seems, so far.
We have a huge crowd tonight. It's You see it throughout the tournament. You get it's a good atmosphere when you know you have two good, loud student sections, and that's definitely what we have tonight.
Yeah, and I feel like it's kind of been missing the past couple of years due to COVID and everything. I think everyone's come together and really supported their communities.
Yeah, it's great. Everyone's very vocal. They're just out here supporting their teams. I mean, you saw it last game on senior night for East Haven. The atmosphere in that game was just like, it was like nothing I've ever seen before.
And while we have a moment, we want to congratulate the boys basketball team, which beat Berlin tonight in the Division III boys basketball tournament. East Haven will advance to the second round. They'll play 22nd seed Waterford on Thursday night. So congratulations to boys basketball as their season continues. Lorenzo DeFilio up to the blue line, not out. Puck on net, knocked down by Carter McGlinchey. Now up to John Dalbero. Dalbero offsides. 6:17 to go, second period. East Haven 4, West Haven nothing. And this next 6 minutes here in this second period going to be a really, really big part of this game.
I was just going to say that not that next goal is the biggest goal, but it really kind of puts, West Haven have a chance to come back in the third, or is it going to be out of reach where East Haven's just going to come out, kill time, and take the win?
Puck knocked down, here comes West Haven. Nice job by Testa to get back. Testa playing physical behind the play now. Burrows in front for Donuzzo. Donuzzo goes to the net. It was poked away, and now Savo clears it out. Savo into the West Haven zone, stolen by Burrows. Taken back now by Perillo. Perillo, a backhander, and Ula made the stop. Savo pushed off the play by Burrows. Oh, nice play by Nicholas Perillo to get to the puck and keep it in. Now Savo goes to work behind the net. Savo collides with his man in the corner. Perillo trying to tie the puck up. Landon Cantelli is there for help. It's now to the far side. Here comes West Haven. They turn it over. Landon Cantelli. Shot goes well wide. Rebound was loose in front. And West Haven able to clear. And that's an icing with 5:02 to go here, second period. 4-0 East Haven. And another face-off in the offensive zone.
Yeah, another great opportunity for East Haven to build on this lead. It's already 4-0. What you can kind of see West Haven getting in their own heads a little bit. And if you're East Haven, just keep applying that pressure.
Yeah, West Haven definitely getting frustrated here as this game moves along. There's a centering pass broken up nicely by Plano. And now it's Ryan Bonnell looking for Plano, but it's in the West Haven zone. And so I think that's Spryer back for West Haven. Nice play by Salvati, who broke it up at center ice. Now West Haven dumps it in, and Cameron LaCroix goes back for it. Cameron LaCroix at his own face-off circle. Knocked down by Plano. Waits for Bonnell to get onside. Enzo Plano carries the puck into the far corner, now loses it. Salvati takes the body, but West Haven still has the puck. Here come the Blue Devils. Penalty coming up on East Haven. Here comes Porto. Porto into the East Haven zone. He stops, goes off the stick of Spryer, and now Madera has it. Goes back out to center ice where Madera controls for West Haven, and they're not allowing East Haven to touch up. They have the extra attacker. Spryer, shot glove by Fritz. And a whistle with 3:43 to go in the period. And a 4-0 East Haven lead, and Ryan Bonnell going to the box here for tripping. And here's a chance for West Haven.
Yeah, hopefully West Haven kind of talked this over in their timeout of like, they've taken 2 penalties already. Here's what we're going to do on the third, because this next 2 minutes, like you talk about the biggest 2 minutes, this is it.
DiNuzzo can't keep it in. That puck came outside, so West Haven's got to touch up. Preston Cantelli wastes time and fires all the way down. Good, smart play by Preston Cantelli. Oh, almost stolen by Dalbero. It was. Dalbero with a blind pass, but it was broken up. And now West Haven back the other way. Spryer to Madera. Madera scores. Mike Madera went top shelf on Michael Fritz. That's a power play goal for Madera. And with 3:16 to go, it's now a 4-1 game.
Yeah, an ill-advised pass in front of the net, or in the West Haven zone. If you're East Haven, just keep that puck, and you're killing time. But you make the Westies go the other end. It was a beautiful shot, and that's the one guy you have to look out for.
No, I'd say it's definitely inevitable that was going to happen due to the amount of penalties East Haven's been taking. 3 isn't horrible, but it's just better than none. Every time you take a penalty, you run a major risk.
West Haven's third power play tonight and their first power play goal. Carter McGlinchey with a shot that was a knuckler that Ula got a piece of. Centering pass looking for Savo, goes by McGlinchey. No icing, so Fritz has to come out and play it. East Haven has outscored West Haven 3-1 here in this second period, but that was a big goal for the Blue Devils. Savo to Landon Cantelli, who pushes it deep now to Perillo off the side of the net. Landon Cantelli shot save, Ula rebound loose. Landon Cantelli poking at it, and Ula may have gotten a piece of that. And here comes the goal scorer, Madera. He was looking for Bruno. And Madera's going to the box. Madera's going to the box. And East Haven's going to have a power play. Landon Cantelli still controlling it. Now finds Carter McGlinchey. And Madera touches up, and Mike Madera's going to the box. And that's going to be a tripping call with 2:08 to go in a 4-1 lead. And here's a chance to get that goal right back.
And that's a great opportunity for East Haven. But what I really liked is I like being down where the announcers are on ice level tonight. You could see Fritz. He let up that goal. He popped right up. He was like, fine. He was just telling the team, let's slow it down. So he's we talked about him being a great communicator. That's one example.
I noticed it as soon as he lifted his mask up, and you could see what they were saying. So off the face-off, West Haven clears. So for as big as the power play was for West Haven, for the Blue Devils, this is a huge penalty kill to try to keep them in this game. Dalbero now to DeFilio. He can't control it, and West Haven clears it out to center, where Preston Cantelli knocks it down. Cross ice, Carter McGlinchey. Carter McGlinchey in the West Haven zone. McGlinchey goes to the net. Carter McGlinchey to the net, saved by Ula, and he covers up. 1:31 to go, 1:24 on the power play. 4-1 East Haven, and we talked about what a big opportunity this is.
Yeah, absolutely. West Haven's really feeling themselves now, scoring that goal on the power play. If you're East Haven, keep doing what you did on that first power play, because that was the best power play ever.
You really can't get too comfortable, especially with a team like West Haven. They are very good.
Won 13 games during the regular season. They dropped from Division I to Division II. It was a good move for West Haven because they probably wouldn't have been in this position. West Haven dumps the puck down. Fritz leaves it for Carter McGlinchey. About a minute to go on the power play. Up now to DeFilio. DeFilio, nice move. DeFilio tried to drop it back for Griffin. Kept in by Cantelli. Preston Cantelli wide of the net on the glove side. And West Haven clears it out. Preston Cantelli at his own blue line. Gets by Burrows. Cantelli, nice move. Cantelli, shot blocked. Preston stays with it. Throws it behind the net. Preston's got it back. Cantelli centers, they score! That's Griffin McGlinchey. It's a power play goal for McGlinchey, his second of the period. And with 40 seconds to go, East Haven has the 4-goal lead back. It's 5-1.
We always say the puck finds good players. Preston Cantelli, the skater he is, the shot he has, it always seems like the puck is always on his stick. He made a great play, a pass in front, Griffin and McGlinchey, right there on the rebound. Another rebound goal.
You know, I gotta say that was a very impactful goal, considering that it basically just canceled out the Blue Devils' goal that they scored. So it's all down in the third period.
West Haven had all the momentum after the Madera goal, and East Haven just said, we'll take that momentum right back. And that's going to be whistled down for offsides. 26 seconds to go here. Second period, East Haven 5, West Haven 1. And I don't think the shots on goal in the second period are going to be 16-8 in favor of West Haven.
No, it might be the other way around.
Yeah.
So, and that's the good thing you mentioned about the Madera goal. This team never gives up. They don't really care about what happens to them. They just worried about getting the job done.
Puck dumped in by West Haven. Madera ties up LaCroix. LaCroix up to Savo. Now held in at the blue line. Porto's got it for West Haven. Proto down to Madera. Madera trying to put it in front. Stolen by Savo. Off the boards, and that's going to do it for period 2. East Haven scored 4 goals in that second period to West Haven's 1. And if they play their cards right, they are firmly in control here in the third.
Yeah, absolutely. I think East Haven really controlled that second period. And, if you're East Haven, maybe get one more, just more of an insurance goal, and then play all defense from there.
Yeah, for sure. I think East Haven had a complete 180 in terms of their offense. You know, they had good defense from the beginning, but their offense wasn't there all the way, but now it definitely is. Now in the third period, I think you just want to kill some time because, 4-goal gap is pretty large. It's going to be difficult for the Blue Devils to cover.
So the shots on goal now are 23 apiece through 2 periods. So that tells you the story of how that second period went. At the end of 2, East Haven with a 5-1 lead. We'll come back for the third period in a moment. Welcome back here to the Edward L. Bennett Rink in West Haven. We start the third period. East Haven with a 5-1 lead. And it's been, the first period was a little slow to get going. But after that, the second period was almost perfect.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, the power play goal was unfortunate for West Haven, but East Haven really said, it's only 1 goal. We still have the lead, and they actually ended up getting the next goal. But, whoever scores the next goal is the big insurance goal. What can happen?
Yeah, it was just like a domino effect. After that second goal, everything just fell into place.
Valvero got the shorthanded goal. DeFilio's got 2. Griffin McGlinchey's got 2. So that entire first line has taken control of this game tonight. But it's been about more than that first line. Defensively and in goal, this team is as sharp as they've been from day one.
Yeah, exactly. Like you said, they kind of started off a little what's going on here, but as 10 minutes into the first period, everything was sharp as an attack.
You have to wonder, being the visiting team, as I said a little earlier, if the delay had a little bit of an issue for this team tonight, but they have certainly taken care of whatever issues they may have had, and they are good to go now. Here comes Lorenzo DeFilio. We are even strength, 5-on-5 to start the third. Preston Cantelli, shot knocked down. DeFilio and Griffin McGlinchey looking for hat tricks here in the third period. DeFilio shot off the side of the net, rebound loose, they poke at it. Goes towards the net, held by Spryer. Spryer up to the blue line, knocked down by Carter McGlinchey, deflected. Now on the stick of Donuzzo. Donuzzo behind his net, over to Axelrod. Now back to Donuzzo. Plays it into the East Haven zone where Carter McGlinchey goes and gets it. McGlinchey looking up ahead for Landon Cantelli, but too far. It's an icing. 13:54 to go here, third period. East Haven with a 5-1 lead, and it's definitely got to be a defense first period.
Correct, and I was just going to say something along those lines. You have a 4-goal comfy lead, but that's not this type of style for East Haven. They're just pedal to the metal, get everything done. So watch those forwards. They're going to want at least one more goal.
Yeah, I'm thinking defense first certainly doesn't mean it's necessarily going to happen that way. As we always say, that's why we're out here. West Haven in their own zone, dumps it back in. Landon Cantelli behind his own net. Bruno stepped down. Cantelli again behind the net, knocked down by Bruno. Far side, Perillo clears it out to center. And Yusuf Ula plays it forward. Michael Ballo goes back behind his own net. Ballo. Too far for Perillo, and that's another icing. 13:08 to go here. Third period, 5-1 East Haven. And you start to wonder if with a 4-goal lead, if the concentration may be lacking a little bit.
Yeah, I'm sure Coach Lou Payne, talked to the team between the periods and said, don't put your foot off the gas pedal because, this team is going to hunt for every minute.
For sure. They may be wavering a bit, but I think it's best for them to just, stay in their A game when it comes to defense because that's their priority right now.
There's another icing already, the third icing in this period. The bakery opens back up again. 12:55 to go here, third period. East Haven 5, West Haven 1. Again, the winner gets Guilford in the quarterfinals. Could we have the Battle of DeLungo Rink Part 2? We saw them last year in the first round of the tournament in DeLungo Rink. Could we see them again on Friday? Oh, that puck came dangerously out in front. Went through the goal mouth, and West Haven couldn't poke it in. Preston Cantelli at his own blue line. Cantelli in the West Haven zone, drops it back forward to Filio. Lorenzo DeFilio tripped up by Proto, and now here comes Axelrod up to Madera. Madera, nice move, got by Carter McGlinchey, and Fritz gloved it and held it. Actually deflected it out of play. 12:15 to go. Third period, 5-1 East Haven. Mike Madera, certainly the best player on this West Haven team.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he's pretty much been their force to be reckoned with all season. He's a phenomenal player, a phenomenal skater. He's really, this is West Haven's first year in Division II, and he's really helped them in Division II.
The thing about West Haven's, the West Haven team itself is that their first line is very, very strong.
It's one of the best in Division II, certainly one of the best in the SCC all year. Savo goes to the net, puts it behind, banks it off the back of the net. And now the Blue Devils look to come out of it. There's Burrows, can't get it out. Tipped in by Bruno. Now Benji Brown back for East Haven. Brown up the boards for Perillo, knocked down by Burrows. And now West Haven trying to center and set it up. One-timer blocker to side by Michael Fritz. Testa tries to clear it out of the zone. It got knocked down. Here comes Landon Cantelli. Landon Cantelli in the West Haven zone. Cantelli all the way in. Cantelli goes to the net, and Yusuf Ula knocks him off the play. Ryan Bonnell carries behind the net. Good work by Bonnell to find open ice. Looking in front for Landon Cantelli, and it went all the way down. So Fritz up to Ryan Bonnell, who has to come back to get it. Ryan Bonnell in the West Haven zone. Bonnell. Ryan Bonnell's had a good game tonight. Now Preston Cantelli. East Haven being very patient. They don't have to do too much here. That's offsides. 10:34 to go. Third period, 5-1. They don't have to do too much with a 4-goal lead.
I was going to say that you can kind of tell, and like you said, they're playing defense first, just kind of not dump and chase just of yet, but kind of that mentality it's kind of seeming we're going to see.
Off the face-off, clean win back to Preston Cantelli. Ryan Bonnell tips it up ahead to Enzo Plano, dumps it in the West Haven zone. Comes around to Mike Madera. We want to thank Chris Everone and West Haven for helping us out tonight and getting us the spot where Rob is filming on a platform at center ice, and a spot where we are across the ice by the East Haven locker room. Things have worked out perfectly tonight, so we thank them. John Dalbero 2-on-1 looking for Salvati, and the pass went off the skates of Axelrod. Dalbero's hit. Griffin McGlinchey has the puck. McGlinchey with Dalbero going to the net, and John couldn't get the shot away. Spryer hits Dalbero. Axelrod comes away with it now, kept in by Ballo. Ballo towards the net, saved by Ula. Dalbero puts it behind for Griffin McGlinchey. DeFilio was calling for it. Griffin's there, he finds Dalbero, and it was just tipped. Another shot by DeFilio goes wide. Here's Lorenzo DeFilio. DeFilio cross ice looking for Dalbero. It was broken up by Spryer. Now Michael Ballo up to John Dalbero. Dalbero in the West Haven zone. Nice pass to Landon Cantelli. And his cross ice for Dalbero was broken up by Burrows. You're going to start to see West Haven take some chances here. Time is certainly not on their side. Here's DeFilio, Lorenzo DeFilio, trying to get through 3 West Haven defenders. He takes a backhander, and it goes just wide. Held in by Cameron LaCroix, wide of the net. Boy, East Haven with really good pressure here. Preston Cantelli wide. Perillo backhands it in front. Savo scores! Michael Savo off a great pass from behind the net. And with 8:26 to go in the third period, East Haven now leads it 6-1.
Yeah, and can that one be the insurance goal? It was a great play by Perillo, who got it behind the net. Perillo passed it in front, nobody on Savo. Savo with another wide open net, 6-1 lead now.
So, I think we all expected this game. I know the game's not over, but that was kind of the nail in the coffin. I think we all kind of expected this game to be much closer.
Yeah, I think we did. It was a 3-2 game in the regular season. And as things have played out, this is a team that's on a mission. Proto goes to the net, and a big save by Fritz. Another save by Fritz, puck loose in front. West Haven not stopping here. Proto shot kick save by Fritz. Another save by Fritz, Michael Fritz, with a huge flurry. Preston Cantelli stays with it, dumps it in. This is a team that is on a mission, and it's been on a mission from day one. And as you go along, you're just not sure if anything is going to stop the train. And it does not look as though that train is going to stop tonight. West Haven at center ice, dumps back in. Fritz leaves it for Testa behind the net. East Haven has scored in every period tonight. One of the things they said they wanted to do was win every period, and so far they have done that and then some. Brown ties up his man in the corner. Salvati up to the blue line. We got a penalty coming up on West Haven here, with 7:01 to go in the third, and we'll be right back.
You know what's scary? I think Fritz was the first one to get to Salvati.
Yeah.
Did you notice that? Oh, keep going.
So we're back here, 7:01 to go, third period. East Haven's gonna have a power play. Oh. 7:01 to go, third period, with a chance to add to their lead. Okay, so this is the only game left. West Hill Stanford beat Lyman Hall 5-3. So this is it. This would be the, if I'm thinking about it right, this would be the only quote-unquote upset of the first round. Dalbero skating in. Dalbero behind the net. Dalbero's got Landon Cantelli and Griffin McGlinchey in front. He finds Carter McGlinchey, throws it towards the net. Ula didn't have it covered. Good job by the official to keep the play going. I can't believe I just said that. Wow. That puck cleared out by West Haven, and now Fritz is going to leave it for Carter McGlinchey. So the matchups we have so far, Cheshire will play Watertown Popperog. Amity will play West Hill Stanford. Woodstock Academy North Branford. And it's looking like the Battle of DeLungo Rink again for the second year in a row. Here's Griffin McGlinchey. Griffin McGlinchey went high on Ula, and Javed Ula may have gotten a piece. And West Haven clears all the way down, so Fritz comes out and leaves it now for Preston Cantelli. Preston Cantelli in the West Haven zone. Broken up by Burrows, Marcus Burrows. Plays it into the corner. Now Savo. Over to Carter McGlinchey, up now for Preston Cantelli. In the West Haven zone, Cantelli. Shot goes over the net and wide. Dalbero in front for Savo, who goes to the net. Hayden Axelrod takes a hit from Savo. Savo's going to the box. 4:56 to go, third period, and a 6-1 lead. And Michael Savo is now going to the penalty box. And again, for the second game in a row, if there's one thing you gotta clean up, it's the amount of penalties.
I was going to say, and especially in a game like this where you have a commanding lead, the one thing that not a lot of people think about is the discipline of the game. You have to make sure, like, maybe that wasn't a penalty, that was kind of an iffy one, but you can't let the other team in a situation get under your skin either.
I think the officials are just trying to keep the game under control.
Yeah, absolutely. We always say a game is just a game. It is the playoffs, so there is a little bit more energy within the building, within the players, within the fans, and all in all, no injuries are key.
Here comes East Haven shorthanded again. Dalbero to the net, save, Ula rebound, and Javed Ula made another save on John Dalbero. 4:44 to go, third period. 1:49 in the West Haven power play, 6-1. And Dalbero was looking for his second shorthanded goal.
I mean, Dalbero just seems to like light up. There seems to be a spark in him that just ignites when, you know, the team is shorthanded.
So face off to the right of Javed Ula, Michael Savo. 2 minutes for roughing on Savo. Axelrod to Porto for West Haven. Cross ice now, stolen by DeFilio. Oh, knocked down at center ice by Landon Cantelli. Landon only knows one speed. Preston Cantelli takes and smartly fires all the way down, forcing West Haven to go the length of the rink. Nice play by Lorenzo DeFilio to break up the pass. Michael Fritz will leave it now for Preston Cantelli. Knocked down at the blue line, and West Haven will get their power play started. Spryer, shot blocked by Landon Cantelli. And Landon clears all the way down, so Javed Ula will leave it. And Marcus Burrows will try to get it started for West Haven. Stolen by Ryan Bonnell. Good work here by all the East Haven penalty killers. Bonnell tied up by Burrows. Ryan Bonnell continuing to work hard. Yusef Ula comes away with the puck, gets it up to Mike Madera. Madera, who has the lone West Haven goal. Shot goes out of play. 3:18 to go, third period. 23 seconds on the power play. East Haven with a 6-1 lead. And they're going to be playing the Guilford Grizzlies on Friday in the quarterfinals.
Another rivalry game, another SEC game as well. You know, the SEC is just so packed. And, you know, I think that game is very important for East Haven.
It'll be the second year in a row that East Haven and Guilford will meet in the postseason. Last year, East Haven beat them 7-3 in the first round. And this year they meet in the quarterfinals with a chance to go to Quinnipiac University. And there is not much bigger to play for than that. David Fritz out there now getting his first shift. Shane Ruggiero as well, Coach Payne getting other guys in. Here comes Shane Ruggiero. Shane Ruggiero, nice move. Ruggiero to the net. And it gets deflected out of play. 2:38 to go, third period, 6-1 East Haven. And your early thoughts on East Haven and Guilford?
Well, you know, Guilford is the 7th seed, so they are a pretty competitive team. You know, I can't really say for sure, but on paper, I think East Haven should take home the win, but you can never really go off of just pure statistics.
East Haven won the game during the regular season. But as we get into postseason play, as we all know, the regular season means nothing. Oh, David Fritz took a big hit. And that's going to be a penalty on West Haven with 2:10 to go in the third. Is he going to get one too?
No, he's just excited.
Oh.
I've never seen anybody get excited over getting pretty, but he popped right back up, so.
So you got, I'll let you say it since you got the news. You got a little breaking news on the quarterfinals.
So we have no time for Friday, but Guilford, East Haven at Wesleyan University. Somewhere where we haven't been in a decent amount of time, so that is going to be a fun Friday night.
Did you hear that?
I didn't.
East Haven versus Guilford will be at Wesleyan University on Friday.
Can we get lotto tickets on the way home?
We were talking about that in between periods, where the game might be. Puck off the roof, 2:04 to go, third period, 1:54 on the power play.
And here's a good thing about Wesleyan. The roof is very high, so we won't have anything like that Friday night.
And we're far enough away from people.
Yes, that's the key, I think.
We like people, but we're at center ice up high usually. Of course, we'll see how things work. That's where our leader, Rob Becker, and Anthony Verderam, who did a great job helping us tonight as well. Again, there's a lot of work that goes into productions of a tournament game. Michael Fritz makes a save with 1:41 to go. So much work goes into filming a tournament game, and we're privileged to be here. We're fortunate to bring it to you. We thank Anthony Verderam. We certainly thank Rob Becker for all the work he did getting us ready again. We thank Chris Everone here at West Haven for helping us out, and we wound up with a great vantage point.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, we also got to thank Anthony Verderam. The Hive was great tonight, and, you know, I think all those students really appreciate it too.
Good night for East Haven sports. Boys basketball beat Berlin, so it's a good night for East Haven all around. Shane Ruggiero, East Haven on a power play here. It wouldn't quite end the game if they didn't score. There'd still be some time left. About 10-second differential. Here comes Madera. Mike Madera took a hit from Shane Ruggiero behind the net. My goodness. Benji Brown up to Tanner Walsh. Tanner Walsh goes to the net. Tanner Walsh drops it back now for Frazier. Frazier puts it in front. Ula covers up with a whistle. 50 seconds to go here, third period. 40 seconds left on the power play. We talk about it so much, how difficult a building this is to win. And this team got it done.
Yeah, absolutely. Just last year, we lost to North Brantford here 3-1. So, you know, to kind of, you know, the reputation with this building in East Haven don't really correspond. And the boys got it done today, and they've done a great job.
Yeah, you know, it's really a mental thing, in my opinion. It is a curse, but it really gets in your head after you win at a certain location, you know, many times in a row.
East Haven has now won twice here this year. As West Haven fires all the way down, Fritz lets it go. Cameron LaCroix behind his own net. 10 seconds on the power play. Enzo Plano in the West Haven zone. Plano's shot gets deflected up and over the net with 13 and a half seconds left. Everybody wants that first goal for Enzo.
Yeah, absolutely. He's been trying so hard. He's such a great skater. The puck movement with Enzo is unbelievable. I've been wanting Enzo to score for at least 2 weeks now.
Yeah, I think he just, has been pretty unlucky. It's like he has a curse on him. Every time he, gets a shot on net, it never really seems to go in.
So for the second year in a row, the East Haven Co-op is going to advance to the Division II quarterfinals, and they've got much larger aspirations than that. But they win it 6-1. The season continues on. They will play Guilford on Friday, and there is no better feeling than knowing that your season is going to continue.
Yeah, absolutely. We mentioned in the beginning of the game, everyone's at 0-0 right now. What East Haven is 1-0. West Haven, they're done now. So East Haven obviously moves on. To play a rival, an SEC rival, you play in the same building. The atmosphere there should be just as packed as here.
It's going to be a really, really great night on Friday, but getting back to this win, this game went about as well as it could have possibly gone.
Oh, it was amazing. A little shaky in the first period, but everything after that was pure gold. I have high hopes for East Haven. I know tournament games are very volatile, though, because of the sudden death policy. You lose one game and you're out. So, you have one off game, you're out for good.
It's a good point. So East Haven wins it here 6-1. As we told you, East Haven's going to advance to the quarterfinals on Friday against 7th-seeded Guilford. That game's going to be played at Wesleyan University in Middletown, but we don't know a time yet. Stay tuned. It's going to be all over the place, so it'll be easy to find out. For Rob Becker, John Becker Jr., Nick Maniscalco, Nick Vacatura, Nick Giglietti, I'm Mike Amento. Once again, our final score, East Haven 6, West Haven 1. Good night, everybody.